Hey, welcome back. What's going on? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to a new episode of Une Sports. This is episode 84. And you're joined with your host, Richy, and Mr. Crash Out, Mike. Already crashing out for some of the. Yeah, man. So you're. Hey, am I lying?
I mean, I guess, yeah. Nah, you're not lying. United is back in play, man. I'm crashing out.
You crashing out also for Real Madrid as well. I remember for week 1, you crashed out like on a Monday. I'm like, bro,
Yep.
it's the first game. Like,
Listen, man, that was a loss.
yeah. So episode is always available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. Une Sports, and also find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. The handles are on the description. So yeah, welcome back to a new episode. What's going on, Mike?
Not much, baby. Soccer season is back in full effect.
Yeah, man. Soccer season is back. They're in week 3 now, in La Liga already in week 3, and football season's right around the corner.
Yep. And then
so sports is back, and then October, NBA.
Yep.
All right, so in today's episode, we're gonna have topics about the Premier League, specifically more on Manchester United and Chelsea. Then we also have La Liga and Ligue 1. In La Liga, we will be talking about Atletico Madrid and Lewandowski. In La Ligue 1, we will talk about Marseille's striker ? So, like I said, this is episode 84. Happy to be back. Welcome back, guys. And so we'll start with the first topic, Mike.
Let's do it.
So yeah, let's do it. So so Premier League. Let me give a quick bites, actually, for the Premier League on the upcoming games that we're gonna have this weekend, which is also Labor Day weekend in the US. So on Saturday morning we're gonna have Arsenal Brighton, 7:30 a.m. Then we have Wolves and Nottingham Forest. That's at 10 a.m. Also, Leicester City and Aston Villa at 10 a.m. Ipswich Town with Fulham at 10 a.m. as well on Saturday. Brentford versus Southampton. Everton versus Bournemouth. West Ham and Manchester City is going to be at 12:30. This is probably the best game on Saturday. And on Sunday, we're going to have Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, 8:30 a.m. Newcastle versus Tottenham, 8:30. That's a good game. And the big game for Sunday, Man United versus Liverpool, and that's at 11 a.m. Big game for Man United.
Yep.
Big game for a lot of teams too. Like, match 3, you want to make sure you building a momentum if you're winning, and if you're losing, you're anxious to win. But let's get in the first topic of episode 84, and want to discuss specifically for Man United. So the question is why is Man United always lacking ruthlessness? And that's also to just describe not only the goals and the coverage, and also like when United are like playing well, they lack of just like finishing the game.
Yeah.
That's my question for you, Mike. How do you feel about that part, and how it can affect games in the season?
I mean, it's a good question, man, and it's something that I think the team and the club said that they would have addressed over the last, I don't know, maybe 6 years, 7 years now. I feel like since Fergie was gone, David Moyes came in. There was a striker problem there. Like, Louis van Gaal came in. very pragmatic approach. There was a striker issue there, like, the team's not scoring enough. Mourinho came in. We know how Mourinho likes to play football. It wasn't attractive. There was a striker problem there. Even though we had Lukaku and stuff like that, and Marcus Rashford was coming on. Um, and then we started really playing progressive, beautiful football when Bruno Fernandes came in under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and the team really started being productive in front of goal and started scoring goals, but then started leaking in the back end, man. Like we started just giving up goals.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean it's a great question. Ten Hag came in. They brought Cristiano Ronaldo thinking like, hey, well, this is all we're missing now. We missed the big time striker. Well, let's bring Cristiano Ronaldo in. Cristiano Ronaldo came in, and I feel like the club went, two steps back with the signing of Cristiano Ronaldo and how disjointed the club became afterwards. And Ten Hag comes in trying to rehabilitate the team. But yeah, man, Marcus Rashford underperforming. Hoyland, that's 2 seasons in a row now. Last year, he came in, they bought him injured. This season, going to preseason, scores a goal, gets injured. Xerxes bought him again, injured. Wow. And then, yeah, man. And then now, he's bringing him off the bench. Like when you bought a striker for 35, 40 million pounds and you want to start Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes as your, quote unquote false nine. So the lack of ruthlessness, man, it's really players not only underperforming in the likes of Marcus Rashford, which I think the club puts a whole, like, there's a big responsibility on him because he scored 30 goals that one season. There's a big responsibility on him. Like, hey, this guy is going to be producing 30 goals for the club. This is the benchmark. This is what he has to do and produce. But the reality is that the performances aren't there for him. And you bought two strikers. They're not really performing at the level that you think that they are. So we got to look at the manager, man. The manager has to really figure out what the team has to do, and that is why, tactically speaking, that is why the team lacks the ruthlessness, in my opinion,
Yeah.
at this point in time. Yeah,
Yeah, because we're looking at the first goal, like the picture, like Maswell is closing in on the winger, and you have Maguire is on the right person. He's right to the next person. I feel like Lynch is stuck in between two people. He's looking at the guy behind him. There's someone in front of him, so he's mostly like trying to cover the back of it,
yeah,
thinking
he's
that
trying to cover. Yeah, he was trying to cover the winger. I think.
yes,
Yeah,
thinking that Casemiro will like
yeah,
get in the middle of the box
yeah.
and cover that guy in the middle, but nobody actually did, and that's how it happened. Second goal, there's actually more numbers for Man United in the box. They just were not covering. They kind of
Everybody's ball
forgot.
watching.
Yeah, kind of forgot the people in the back a little
Yep.
bit. So yeah, man, that's again, that's not really tactical, but it's something that people have to be like very aware.
Yeah.
And like you said, the coach has to address this to make sure like the guys give 90-minute, like not just performance, but like awareness and will. So yeah, playing,
Football is a game of small margins, man. Like,
yeah,
like the
any small
tiniest,
mistake and then
it could cost you, man. And
go home thinking about
Manchester.
next weekend. Next weekend is actually Liverpool at the Old Trafford. So what's your prediction on the score?
I mean, it's a team that's playing again under a new manager that we haven't really figured out. Um, maybe, I mean, 2 wins in 2 games for them.
Yeah,
So
they
it
beat
seems like
Brentford
they're,
2-0,
yeah,
clean sheet, and also had a clean sheet against Ipswich Town.
yeah. So, they're starting the season in good form. But, we got a little thing there. Maybe in the locker rooms. Maybe the guys aren't feeling the new coach, like that so far yet.
Trent.
Yeah. I mean Trent, even in the like, what's funny that
But we don't
Trent
know
did
that.
that.
But
We don't know that, but
yeah,
that clip that was going like
in the cafeteria.
semi-viral. Yeah, exactly. You know who was looking at him again? It was Trent. It was Trent. So
Okay.
so we'll see what happens there.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
they're
it's
playing.
a
They're
it's a
playing well.
test for both teams.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
playing well so far, but Ten Hag doesn't even know who his best 11 is yet, man. So I'm kind of scared, but if the
I think
team got to
Liverpool's
turn
gonna
up,
feel the same 11 for them. So for them,
yeah, if
yeah,
the team got to turn up, this is a good game to turn up, man, versus
yeah.
Liverpool.
September 1st, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Let's get it. All right, second topic for the day, and we're still in the Premier League. It's Chelsea. We've talked about Chelsea multiple times, and now they won with a large score, 6-2, right? 6-2, right? Right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
6-2.
And they fielded also their new players. They got a taste of it. Now, now, are they on a roll? Do you, and also as Maresca suddenly finding 11, do you go with the same 11 next weekend? So
I mean,
two
you have.
question kind of like on a roll, and do you actually just go with the same 11? Seem that multiple people clicked
Let me just double check the.
besides
I
Mudrik,
think,
maybe.
yeah. I mean,
I mean,
you took it
you
out of
you
my. You
can't
took
like you
it.
can't wait on confidence. Like
Yeah,
like we have 3 points to win, and he's very talented, but he's not really
yeah.
showing that in the field in those moments. That's the only player I would switch. But yeah, on the roll, Mike, for what you saw against Norwich.
I can't say they're on a roll yet. Their next
Mhm.
game is versus Servette, in the qualifying rounds for the Europa League. And then they play, Crystal Palace, like you said, on Sunday as well. Crystal Palace, it seems like they're kind of struggling to find out, because they had like a few
Police
outbound
left.
players.
Hmm.
Yeah, a couple outbound players, and they still got the Gahey thing hanging over their head, so don't know what's gonna happen here
Yeah,
with him yet. So it could be a very good game for them, but I know like games in London are always really difficult, especially at I think it's at Crystal Palace. Um, I can't say
no,
they're on
it's
a
at the
roll.
Stamford Bridge,
It's at the Stamford Bridge.
so it's
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Chelsea's home.
I can't say they're on a roll yet. But Mariska has decisions to make, like because Mudrik is naturally a right footer, and I don't know if he's gonna go with Yao Felix, move him to the bench, with Yao Felix, or go with Neto and play Neto on the left hand side, or hey, you guys swap in the game, like
When you talk
Neto
Neto and who?
and
Madueke?
Madueke, yeah.
Okay.
Like you guys swap. So, but I can't say like this team hasn't shown any consistency whatsoever because there are games last season where Chelsea played very good football. Like when they played
Yeah.
versus Manchester United, explosive. When they played versus Manchester City, they were explosive. So I can't like this team has shown their ability to score goals before.
Yeah.
Like this ain't nothing new to me. I've been around the block with this team already, man. So so I've seen that that what they've done a couple times last year.
But you want
Get,
to see a more like a larger scale just to
yeah,
see
it just
if
has
they
to be
have.
consistent.
Okay.
It just has to be consistent because we saw Mariska had started off like playing Enzo Fernandez as a number 8, as a number 10.
Yeah.
You
I don't
know,
think that worked.
exactly. It doesn't
I
work.
think
So
also Pochettino did that a couple times
yeah.
last year also. I just feel like he's not comfortable in that position because what the body movement that a number 10 requires. I mean, it's not like he can't do it, but I feel like he's a guy who likes to receive the ball in a more open space
Mhm.
and trying to like take longer like diagonal balls to maybe like Mudrik or a run for Nicholas Jackson. So he needs space for that. Number 10
Yeah.
like is like don't have that much space, and I feel like he's more comfortable in a double pivot with Caicedo.
Yep.
They kind of move around and
100%.
see like
100%. So I
yeah.
like the tactical decision adjustment to put.
You just would move Mudrik to the bench and then bring on either Neto or Joao Felix.
Oh, Yao
Not
Felix
even the French.
and
Wow,
Cuckoo
his and
and
Cuckoo no.
Cuckoo.
And Cuckoo like he's competing with Palmer.
Yeah, I would think so. I would say so.
Yeah,
I
because
would
Palmer
say
looked more comfortable in the number 10
yeah.
position. So yeah.
I mean, like you said, man. Even when he was
I
playing
would
as a
start
right
Neto.
wing, I was even when you said like he was playing at a right winger. His natural instinct is always
It's getting
is to
drift.
drift
He's not gonna
inside.
attack the wing. He's just
Yeah.
gonna stop the ball, get inside, like the space, and then look for runners
And
or
exactly,
you know,
exactly.
yeah. So might
So
as well just be yeah, bro,
yeah.
I'll put
So
your 10 then.
I like so I want to see like who he goes with and in his 11 in the next game, and that will probably give us an idea of what consistently what
Yeah,
we're gonna see
I
week in and
think
week
Chelsea.
out.
I think Chelsea answered multiple questions throughout their difficult times. They entered the positions of fullbacks. I think at this point you're like,
You think
I'm
so?
satisfied. Okay, at this point, if you can't find upgrades, I'm
I,
still satisfied of having Kukurea
and
and
Gusto.
Malo Gusto because
Yeah.
they do the job.
Those
They're
are
not perfect in what they're doing,
yeah.
but they can do the job. And then
Those are
in a game,
satisfactory.
not every player is gonna be at their the best. You can
Oh
still win a
yeah,
game,
100%.
but you were saying so.
No, these guys I think they're fulfilling a role and I think they're
Yeah, they're
doing it
fulfilling a
well.
role that was not supposed to be theirs, but you're
M-
like,
m-
oh, okay, they turned out to be this. I'll be all right for now.
my question mark, and it will stay and will stick throughout the season, is that that pairing in the central defense, man.
That's the
Badia
question.
Badiashile, uh
Fofana,
Fofana,
Colwell,
Arabia, whatever his name is from Fulham. I forget his name.
who?
Um, Arabiayo, I think. I can't
Oh,
remember
you're
his
okay.
name.
You're referring
You
to
know, yeah,
Abara Biao.
yeah.
Yeah.
From Fulham.
Adara Biao. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm
My bad.
sorry, sir. I
We're
apologize. I
sorry.
can't.
We apologize. We got to get that right.
Yeah, but yeah, and then you have Levi Colwell. Like, these guys, they're not and Disasi, who he had started at right back one of those games, I think. Like I think the first game he started at right back with Disasi.
Mhm.
So, there's some question
Yeah,
marks there,
they're
man.
questionable center backs.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
want you can get better than that. But I think that at this point they're gonna look to see if any of these two guys can become our modern Madueke, a modern Malo Gusto and Kukurea just growing into the position and buy us time to get upgrades because they don't have that yet.
Mhm.
And that's probably why they're forcing Moody to like you gotta work, bro. Like
Yeah.
we pay you
Paid
gotta work
80,
because
paid
when
80
you look
million
at his
pounds for him.
runs and how he can kind of like get into those spaces quickly, there's talent there, but he doesn't have the confidence. Like, how long do you wait for him?
Yeah. It's
And it
tough,
doesn't get
but
any better in his head because he's never been there before at
yeah.
this level of like now you have to perform every weekend.
But
We had
yeah.
to get that right, Mike. So I'm gonna try again.
Mm.
Adara Bioyo. That's better, right?
Adara Bioyo.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. All
Sorry,
right.
sir. All right, so we will see what's the 11 for next weekend, and also
Yeah.
if they can get a victory and then build consistency from there.
Yeah. But I can't
All
say
right,
they've
fair
arrived
enough.
yet. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair point. All right, moving on to the second the second topic, which is La Liga and Ligue 1, which is the Ligue 1 is the French league. The for La Liga, the topic we're gonna have is Atletico Madrid a silent threat? And is to you, Mike, because I know you mentioned that they had probably the best mercato for the Spanish league. So now, do you think they can become a threat with adding guys like Julian Alvarez, Solar, Gallagher now in the midfield, and then also they added Lenormand as a center back, and they have a guy they brought on loan as they bought as well. I'm not too familiar with him, but yeah, how do you feel now about you see in 2 weeks a tie and then a win, but their game plan they have options like can they be a silent threat to Barcelona and Real Madrid?
100%, man. I think so. I think this team just got a lot younger. I think he got some dogs on his side, with guys that probably want to prove their worth in guys like Conor Gallagher and Julian Alvarez. Even
I saw
Sorloth.
Gallagher in the huddle. Did he understand what Simeone was saying?
I don't think so.
Okay, just
I don't
sorry to
think so.
cut you off. Yeah,
Because in training, Aspilicueta sticks around with him to translate.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, man. I think so, man. especially the his style of playing. I think it really suits La Liga. I know there's a lot of Manchester United fans, for example, that thinks that Diego Simeone could be the type of manager that could take Manchester United to the next level. And his personality wise, probably so, yeah. But tactically, the way he stuck to his tactics over the last, I don't know, 5 years.
But it doesn't specifically mean that he's gonna use the same tactic
True, that's
in
very
Man
true.
United because he has different guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But
But I
I mean,
also
what
disagree with you guys saying that he's more of a defensive minded coach. I mean,
I
he
wouldn't
wants
say
to
that
protect.
anymore. I
Yeah,
wouldn't say
he
that
wants to
anymore.
protect. But also, if you're looking at there's so many offensive options that
Yeah,
goes in.
especially
You
the
have
style in his approach now with the
it's like four
wingbacks,
guys.
with the
You have
wingbacks and
Griezmann, you have the striker, you have Llorente, and then you have Lino. They all attacking in one line.
yep.
Four
So
guys, Mike.
yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
when we're looking at the lineup that they had versus Girona, Alvarez, Griezmann, Lino, Riquelme, Llorente, those
Yeah, I forgot
those
Lil Campbell.
yeah, those
He
four
be up
guys,
there too.
yeah, those four guys just stick out to me. Like these guys are potent attacking threats.
And then behind
So
them, you have guys like the Paul feeding like switching sides, looking for cuts. And then you're gonna add a guy like Gallagher too, or if it's Koke behind them. So yeah, there's a lot of offensive.
yeah,
That's probably why they play with three in the back because they want to protect if they lose the ball, they
yeah,
have like
but yeah,
warriors to stop that.
but just for that reason, I think the team got a little bit younger. Koke doesn't. I don't think he's probably going to be starting anymore. Like long
He started the
term.
first two games, but I
Yeah,
think like once um there's options like you can also try Gallagher.
yeah,
So yeah, like you said, at his age, I don't think he's gonna start every game.
yeah. So yeah, for sure, man. I think this team, especially with other teams, like for example, the surprise from last season, Girona, who lost a lot of
Bro,
assets.
that was the bank this
That's
yeah.
that team is completely different now. From last
Yeah, you
season.
have like guys like Brian Gill.
Yeah,
It's yeah, Romero's back. You lost a lot. You lost Jan Couto. You lost. There's a guy that went to Leverkusen.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Lost Savinho. Yeah.
Savinho.
They almost lost Gutierrez too, and Gutierrez might leave in January
Yeah, they're
because
gonna get dissected, man.
yeah. So
So
yeah,
yeah,
I do think they're not even the silent threat. I think they're a concrete threat to win La Liga this season.
oh yeah, I also forgot about Bios that starts as well. Yeah, so they're playing next game they're gonna play will be on actually tomorrow because match day three started. Just a quick bite. Barcelona played today against Rayo Vallecano and they won 2-1. A goal from Dani Olmo in his first game with Barcelona. And also Sevilla playing Mallorca 0-0. Sevilla also having a shaky start like last year. Villarreal beat Celta Vigo 4-3. So tomorrow we're gonna have Real Betis versus Getafe, Valladolid versus Leganes, Athletic Bilbao versus Valencia, and Atletico Madrid will play Espanyol. And also we have Real Sociedad and Alaves. And Real Madrid will play on Thursday against Las Palmas, and Girona will play Osasuna. So the second topic for the day for La Liga will be Lewandowski. He already has 3 goals in 3 games, and he also scored today, but it was overturned. Do you feel like we're gonna see another like one last super season for Lewandowski, like Benzema with Real Madrid in his last 2 seasons?
It's possible. I mean, he's the one main striker for Barcelona at this
The
point.
only one.
Yeah, so it's either him or Ferran Torres who's probably gonna fill in that spot. Guiu is gone. He's at Chelsea now. So uh
And
he
also Vitor Roque left.
yeah. So it's him and him only. So he's gonna get the minutes, and he's stayed fairly healthy throughout the entirety of his career. So yeah, I think it's possible.
Or
He
maybe
just
they could
gotta
play Ansu Fati too.
yeah, no.
He's hurt for now, but
Yeah.
like as
But
an option. Yeah.
he just gotta, take off his I hate children goggles and
Come on. He's not beating the allegation, right?
nah, man, he does
Okay.
not like playing with kids, bro. Like,
We don't know that.
I
One
know.
argument, you can't just like nail him to the cross, bro.
But yeah, no, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously it's a different player than what Benzema,
Mhm.
is, and he's a different striker than what
Mhm.
Benzema is. But if his team is smart, and I think the guys like Yamal and Pe
Rafinha.
uh, mm,
Rafinha's having like three amazing games. Come on.
you know. No, for
Yeah.
sure. But
Mhm.
sometimes I feel like, these guys like they think individually more than they think of like the teams. Like I feel like at the end of actions, like he looks to finish more than he looks to
Who?
actually pass. Rafinha, for
No,
example.
not that Rafinha I'm looking right now.
Okay.
He's
Oh, I
he's
hope
on.
so.
He might not have like the assist for all of it, but
He's playing a
most
number
of the
10
goals that
role.
Barcelona scored, he's on top of them.
Okay. Because he's playing in the number 10 role right now, it
Yeah,
seems
he's
like
moving around
under.
a lot, so I think he's doing very well with what they're asking for him. I think he was probably the best player, should have been the man of the match on the weekend because he played very well. I mean, I'm telling you guys, he's not great, but he's a unique player. He could
I
do a lot
like
of things.
Rafinha. I like
Yeah,
Rafinha.
I like his style of playing. So the last topic for the day will be Ligue 1. So we're gonna talk about Marseille. We know that's where De Zerbi is coaching this season, and
Hmm.
they're two games in, and they tied over the weekend, 2-2. But the story of the weekend mostly is YE, their new striker, who missed a couple like good goals, one vs one with the goalie and a couple other ones versus Greenwood that shined for the second week and did not shy away as well from the atmosphere in the Velodrome, the stadium of Marseille. But why do you think it was fair that he got whistled? And also, do you think he can handle the pressure of playing a number nine for Marseille for a whole season?
I mean, he's just gonna have to, man. He's just gonna
Like
have
say you're
to.
gonna, and also he cost 30 million
Yeah,
euros.
I think that's the
That's a
thing.
lot of
Like,
money
exactly. I think that's the
for the
thing. Like,
budget that Marseille has.
you took the words out of my mouth, man. Like, you know, when you're looking at what this team has spent this summer to to
They've been
create the
rebuilding for a long
squad,
time, right? Every
to
summer they rebuild, they
yeah.
retool.
But
Yeah,
I mean, this summer was even more important because they
yeah,
brought important players like Hoiberg, Greenwood, and himself in.
yeah.
And you had to
A top coach.
exactly you had to
Mhm.
pay a top coach and his new staff and all that stuff. So
Yep.
that's not cheap. So when they're looking at what this team is trying to construct on paper as fans, I think it's in their head. The ambition is, especially even for me. I've even told you, it's like I don't even care about Liga.
Yeah.
I'm a Mason Greenwood fan. He's from the United Academy.
Hmm.
I think like he's done well to rehabilitate himself and move on from his past controversy. But when I look at the team, I'm looking at it as like, oh, this is a team that should be challenging for the second spot in Ligue 1. There shouldn't be any question marks about any other team being right behind or neck and neck with PSG. They don't have enough talent to compete with PSG. I don't think any team in Ligue 1 has that.
Yeah.
But when I'm looking at it on the paper, like yes, that's what it is. So I think the fans are impatient, but we've seen that in the French league before.
So
They're
first game
impatient.
home,
Yeah,
they whistled you.
they're very impatient. We see these ultras for France, man. They don't play
They
around.
don't play around, bro. Like you gotta
So
perform now.
so he's just gonna have to cope with it. I understand, like
Do you think he
you're
loses
20.
confidence? Not only that you get subbed out for another striker, that means that coach is like, yeah, you missed three goals, we gotta go a different route. And also you're getting whistle at the same time. And you're young, and also you're also suffering from it's not big now, but they asked him when he was younger if he would ever play for Marseille. He said nope. So you have a lot of things like, and then
Yeah.
you got like guys like Greenwood doing well because last game, like I told you, like Greenwood back too, and then the other winger, the Brazilian Luis Enrique, he also back too, and he didn't have any. So I was like, he's probably tight. Then there was a penalty. They gave
Can't
it to
say,
him for his confidence. So he's like, okay, basically haven't scored really. But
any
we'll see next game.
and open play goals. I mean, I think that them taking Deserby taking him off can be seen like as both like a saving grace and an insult because like yeah, you want him to gain confidence and play through it, but at the same time, if the fans are whistling you and you keep missing, it's just gonna get worse, and then
Yeah,
your confidence just gonna get shattered. So maybe you pull him out the game, reflect, come back next game more mentally focused and
yeah.
refreshed, and like lock in.
He's
But
starting next game for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean they
But he
have
has to
to,
score.
they have
They're
to.
playing Toulouse on Saturday, at 3 p.m. It's a must win for them, basically. Just like, and also for him, he has to score. Even
Yeah,
if he doesn't score, like he just has to be like he has to
perform.
kind
You
of
just
gain
had
some confidence.
yeah, turn up. Like you just
Yeah.
got to turn up. You just got to
Yeah.
give an 8 out of 10. Like
Yeah.
you know, like impact the game. Like
Yes. Correct.
that's
Yeah.
what you
Don't
need to
have to
do.
just like you said. Yeah.
Yeah, impact the game. But I could tell you one thing for sure, Rich. He's going to be starting, unless he's injured, he's starting every game until December. 30 million pounds for
Yeah.
Marseille?
You
Nah.
starting. You gotta work.
Yeah.
You have to work. Yeah, it's just it might be like because like you come from like Aubameyang who had like an amazing second half of the season, and then like you have boots to fill, you know. All right, so that was it for all the topics. We'll meet again next week for match day three. Oh, actually, match day three for some and match day four for others. But we're not done yet, Mike. We're not done.
Mhm.
Relax. We still have the last segment of the day. What's up with that? 30-second reaction to any topics I give Mike. I gave him a couple, but I got a couple I added too.
Okay.
So like again, what's up with that? Well, not new segment, but always ending segment. 30-second reaction to any topic. Gonna name Mike. You ready, Mike?
Let's go.
All right, first one. James Rodriguez signing to Rayo Vallecano.
I'm very happy for him, man. I just went to
Back to
look
you,
up
bro.
his age. 33
33.
years old.
Yeah,
33 years
young
old.
lad.
So, so very happy for him. It's a 1 year contract plus an option for another one, I think.
Yeah, he going back to Brazil.
You know,
Or something like that. Yeah, he's gonna. The one,
yeah.
yeah, nah.
So
It
so it's a
depends
good,
if it's a good season, maybe.
yeah. So it's a good promo for Valladolid, and it's a good opportunity for him as well. So I can't be mad at it. I'm happy he's in La Liga.
Leao criticized over the weekend for lack of commitment.
I mean, fair, man. Like it's good when you're scoring and you're impacting a game really well. But one thing when he was scoring that people could have seen, like it was just his lack of commitment of like his intensity, his work rate, like off the ball, like in defensive situations. But now, like you're not scoring, you're losing balls, and you're costing your team. Like, yeah, it's good. You get criticized, bro. You ain't gonna get your $60 million move to Chelsea like that. I mean, who knows? Chelsea pays for anybody at this point.
Endrick first go at the Bernabeu.
Man, did you see all the black and white memes that they
Yeah,
did for us?
Bobby. 1963. Endrick first go at the Bernabeu.
Yeah. I mean, let me not crash out or hate or take my
You can
hater
crash out.
take my hater shades off. Like Richie said, it's a big moment.
No, we're gonna
for
have the
young
hate watch.
kid.
We're gonna
It's
have
a-
that segment. We'll get it ready.
It's a
Yeah.
big moment for the young kid, man. So, and it was a great goal. It was a good goal,
Yeah.
man. It wasn't like a tap-in or anything like that.
Hate watch,
know?
not successful.
He showed his ability on the ball and
Yeah.
scored with his off foot. So, shout
Yeah.
outs to
Yeah,
him.
a lot of power.
Yeah.
Zinchenko, weird look at Arteta from the bench.
I
Or
didn't even
was he
know.
looking at Arteta?
I didn't even know about that until you showed it to me. But you know what's funny is that we spoke about that before the season started, and we thought that Zinchenko was not going to be a part of the Arsenal plan anymore.
He's not.
And then we saw him play. I saw him play through preseason. He was
Yeah.
the starting left back, and I saw him play the first game. And then now this game starts, and Arteta's like, yeah, nah. So he's pissed, and he's down the pecking order, man. It's Timber's back, And Califiore, they just
Cali,
bought
yeah.
him. They just paid a
Yeah.
lot of cheese for that
Yeah,
man, bro.
you gotta play him. You're gonna play him at some point. Yeah. Madueke forgot to switch his burner account to
Hey,
his
listen.
burner account. What do you have to tell people to make sure like they switch properly?
Listen, man. When you're talking smack about your employer, you need to not bring it to the internet. I'm sorry. That's it, man.
Don't do
That's
that.
it. Just don't do it. Like, you're gonna
Yeah.
get caught at some point, man.
Yeah.
Like, KD got caught. Like, you're gonna
Ain't
get
no
caught,
hiding
man.
from-
Yeah, you're
Alright.
gonna get caught, man.
Magic comments about Ant saying there were not a lot of skillful players besides Michael Jordan.
I think
And
it's fair.
Magic says he doesn't respond to people that did not win a championship.
I think it's fair, man. Smack talk gets smack talk back, man. It's just what it is, man. Like Ant got a big mouth, and I'm not mad at what Magic had to say, man. Like, because if you're a player from that era, you would take disrespect to that. The Larry Birds, the Magics, the Dr. J's, whoever played in that era, it was like that was skillful. Even what's his name? From Portland Trailblazers, forget his name.
Richy?
No. The bald-headed shooting guard. Damn, I can't remember his name. Like, he played in the finals versus Jordan as well, but I can't remember his name. But yeah, man, no, I respect it. I respect it.
LeBron tells on the shop that Bronny cannot call him dad. It has to be 23. Bron or GOAT?
I mean, he's
until we get to the game.
Yeah.
And dad, buddy. I'm your co-worker.
I mean, he's
Expected,
son,
right?
Yeah. Like, I be the same way too. It's like,
We can't be in the playoff as a drive. Be like, Dad.
It's like, nah, bro.
Nah, it's Bron or 23 or GOAT for you. Last one. It's like a guess. You're gonna kind of guess which Premier League it applies to. But first of all, do you know the definition of elusive?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a statement, and you're gonna say which team it applies to.
Mm-hmm.
The Premier League is an elusive girlfriend for this team. A trophy.
Oh, Arsenal.
Oh wow, you're good. All right. Right there, but they can't reach it. You know, like the commercial, like the grandpa with the dollar. I think it's an insurance or something like this. So your close is right there. Yeah, you got that. One shot. That's good.
Yeah.
Pops.
You got another one?
Nah,
that was it. Oh, man.
I got you next week. All right, you want that? Next week I got you. To be determined.
Okay.
All right.
I could have guessed Tottenham too, but they never get there.
Nah,
they never got close.
They only like during Pochettino era a little bit.
Yeah.
But Arsenal has been in 2 straight Premier League where they're losing by like margins.
Yeah. Clyde Drexler. That's who I was thinking of.
From who? Forward. Okay. For the point guard for Trailblazers. Yeah.
Shooting guard.
Yeah. I see what you're referring to now.
Yeah.
All right. That was a good one. This is episode 84. You were joined with your hosts, Mike and Richie. Any last word, Mike?
No, man. If anybody going to enjoy Labor Day weekend, please do so. Please drink responsibly.
Do so. Yes, thank you. Instead of be responsible, but have fun, but be responsible. Enjoy your Labor Day, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Like, subscribe, and follow. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in. Peace.
Peace.